Now, we have all heard our parents tell us, if at first you don't succeed, what? Try again, right? Haven't we all heard that? If at first you don't succeed, try again, right? Well, and we've also heard, if you've ever listened to any kind of personal development or business talks or business strategists, you've heard, you've got to be persistent. Persistence is the key. Always be persistent, right? And what in the world does that mean, right? Other than just that, but then you've also heard, right, like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result, right? So if insanity is doing it over and over again, but yet persistence is the key, and persistence is doing it over and over again, then what in the world does all of this mean, and how do we sort it all out? Well, here's what I believe. I believe that persistence is never quitting, right? It doesn't mean you do the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe you change it up. Maybe you try different things. Maybe you try this approach one day and this approach a different day, and maybe you take it from all angles. But the reality is you never, ever, ever quit. You never give up on your dreams. You never give up on your aspirations. You never give up on you. You never quit on you. That's what persistence means. So you can't use the definition of insanity as your excuse for not being persistent. But you can't use persistence as an excuse to lean as a crutch on the same old patterns day after day after day, knowing they're not going to work, knowing they're not going to get you where you want to go, but because they're comfortable and they're familiar. And it's less scary to do what you've always done, even though it doesn't work, than it is to get out of your comfort zone and to try something new. You know, we hear people all the time say, don't be childish. And we often assume, rightly so, that has a bad connotation, right? For someone to be childish, that has a negative connotation. But there are times in our lives where we need to be childlike. Listen, how many times does a baby fall down learning how to walk? Thousands? Tens of thousands? Right? But babies, man, and they're back up again, and they're back up again, for months. They're falling down, running into things, smacking their face. I mean, how many of us have children know? Children bloody themselves up just trying to figure out how to walk, right? I'm talking smashed noses and lips and scratched eyes, and I mean the whole 9 yards, man, especially faces, because they haven't figured out how to block their falls yet. So when they fall, it's just like that, right? And they just go down like a tree, bonk, right on their head, or whatever happens, they hit the concrete first. But children do it again, and they do it again, and they do it again, and they try something different, and they grab a hold of things, and they're always trying to figure out a way, and eventually they get up on their feet, and they take the first step and the next, and eventually they'll walk. But they have to try thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times, and fail thousands and thousands of times. So why in the world do they keep trying? I mean, think about it. If as adults we had to learn to walk for the first time, we'd be a society of wheelchairs and motorized carts, man. We would not be walking, because as adults, we don't have that kind of persistence. We don't have that kind of tenacity. As adults, man, we fold like a lawn chair at the first sign of adversity. So why do children keep going? And here's the answer, and it's a startling answer, and it's a little scary. But the reason why children will fail thousands of times but continue to try is because no one's ever taught them how to quit. Isn't that interesting? At that age, they haven't learned how to quit. No one's taught them how to quit. They don't have the mental capacity to watch you and learn how to quit. They look around and see all these human beings run around on 2 legs and think, well, if they can do it, so can I. I got to keep doing this till I figure it out. And that's what you and I must do. Yet somewhere along the way, we lose the magic of that childlike quality to persist without exception, to just do whatever it takes until you figure it out. And we lose that, and somewhere along the way, we watch someone else quit, and we go, aha, I should just try that. I should just try quitting. And we do. And then we quit again, and then we quit again, and we develop a habit of quitting. And once it becomes a habit, it becomes an automatic behavior, like we've learned so many times, that is almost uncontrollable, almost unthinking. We go after something, we give it the old college try, a couple of 2, 3 times, didn't work out, and went on to the next thing. if we can learn to develop the childlike behavior of never quitting. See, if one other person in their whole life has had the same challenges or obstacles you've had and succeeded in whatever it is you're trying to do, then that means you can do it too. You just have to try. You just have to persist without exception. And it doesn't mean doing the same things over and over and over again. Look, if the cookie diet isn't helping you lose weight, maybe you ought not try the cookie diet. Maybe you ought to try working out and eating less. Whoa, what a concept, right? My point is, it doesn't mean that you must quit on your ambitions, quit on your goals. In fact, you should never quit on your goals and your ambitions. But you can approach things from different angles. You can try different techniques or procedures or companies or systems or whatever. You can try different avenues, different approaches, interview different people and get new ideas. Quitting one, just as an example, right? I have a speaking, coaching, and training company. Now, originally, that was going to be all about personal development training only. But then I began to realize that sales training had a place too. So just because I'm adding sales training in doesn't mean I'm quitting on my original idea. I'm just adapting, right? But I'm never giving up on the idea of owning a successful coaching and training company. Now, one day I might be giving lessons on, I don't know, how to scoop dog poo in the backyard. Who knows? But I'm never going to quit on the idea, on the concept, on the goal, on the aspiration, on the dream. And that's what we must do. When in doubt, or when you fail, or when you fall down, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And again, and again, and again. And be like a child. If anybody else has done it, so can you. Never quit on your dreams. Never quit on your aspirations. Go out there today and make it your best day.